Howdy, Insomniac Status here with a quick early morning spontaneous video answering to a question on YouTube. What's the protocol you use for CBD oil for insomnia? And I haven't really found like some sort of a protocol really that people use, because everybody's so different and everybody responds to CBD oil in such a different way. So there's really a variety of ways that your nervous system can respond to it, and it will depend what kind of state it is. If it's suppressed, if it's overactive, and so on, everybody's very individual. But what I'd like to tell you is how not to make your insomnia worse by using CBD oil, and that really depends on a few things. So here are some guidelines. How I would approach right now, if you asked me, to balancing out your nervous system so you sleep better. And it really depends on the CBD oil that you choose to experiment with in the first place, right? Like if you go back to my previous videos, you'll see there are different strains of CBD oil. Some are female strains, some are male plant cannabis, or hemp plant. It really depends. Female plants are more sedating, male plants are a bit more activating, and it depends on many different things. Like for example, also CBD oil has the so-called biphasic effect, which means in small doses it will be activating and energizing, a bit like alcohol, right? Woohoo! And then on larger doses it will be sedating and more relaxing and calming and so on. But in general, what you want to do is to experiment with it away from your sleep time. So what I do as soon as I wake up, and I usually wake up pretty early, I take only a couple drops, and you put it under your tongue. You probably know the whole thing, right? You put it under your tongue, and you wait 3-4 minutes till it's absorbed through your saliva ducts, because that's the fastest and the most efficient way for it to enter your system. Then you wait about 8 hours, because CBD oil has 8 hours. It stays active for 8 hours in your system. So if it's a bit stimulating, you're only going to feel it for 8 hours, and then it should subside, and you won't feel it anymore. So what you do, I'm looking at the clock, basically thinking, okay, so if you wake up at 6, you wait till about 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and then you take another couple of drops, and that's it. You don't take any more closer to dinner time or sleep time, because you don't want anything stimulating you. We have enough problems with insomnia, right? So, but what that does, it keeps CBD in your system throughout the day, and lets it work its magic on your nervous system. And by the time you go to bed, it's no longer activating you, and you should be able to sleep better. Now, the thing about it is you have to be patient, because if you're just looking for like a quick relaxation effect, you'll get it. But if you want your nervous system to balance out, your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous to work more in harmony and so on, and respond in more accurate ways in your stimulus around you throughout the day, or to whatever inflammation you're going through, or sickness or organ dysfunction, it's going to allow your body to adjust better to it, and obviously as an effect, you help you sleep better. So you only use a couple of drops for your system to adjust, because if you really have depleted your nervous system, it's going to you don't want to freak it out by putting a large dose of CBD oil. You only want to introduce it slowly. And then with time, you gradually increase. You give it a week, and then you put 4 drops, and then you give it another week, and you maybe use 6. I used a maximum of 10 drops, and 10 was too many, so I stuck with around 8 drops, and it depends on what the concentration you get, right? So anyway, so do that. Slowly increase your dosage if you want to have a good experience with CBD. Of course, some still experience side effects, and if it's something very unpleasant, which is rare, don't use it. It's not for you. But The way to avoid it is to start with small doses. So that's it. That's the protocol, really, that I would use, and then the advice that I would give to anybody here. So if you have any more questions, feel free to drop me a note. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Take care.